Hi and welcome to Bench Talk. My name is Jason Clark. I'm joined by my co-hosts Hassani Evelyn, Damian Reed, Dwayne Collymore, and Akin Nero. Guys, once again, we had a lot of cricket to digest over the past week, but for all of us as West Indians, none of the cricket that was played over the past week. None of it really meant anything to us like the West Indies versus Bangladesh. It was really, really remarkable to see, the guys going out to Bangladesh and not only uh, winning the series, the manner and how they won the series to me was a huge, huge factor. With regards to how things played out. We had some guys that really stood up and showed some fight. Bonner was really, really outstanding throughout the whole series. We all know what Kalmiris did. He had a historic stint in the first game. He didn't get any more runs in the second match, but that's cricket. These things happen. We also had Cornwall, who had a pretty good tour of the ball as well. The Silva, he really stood up as well and showed some fight with the bat. He got a couple of runs as well. So all in all, we definitely had a very good tour. Um, so I just want to get some of the guys' thoughts on how the tour went, some highlights of the tour, and how the West Indies is really gonna look going forward. Nero, I guess we could start with you.
Um, First off, I just want to say kudos to the West Indies, Craig Barfoot especially management because the guys get a lot of state when they're defeated, so it's
Yeah,
only fair that we give them some kudos. Um, the same way that we praise India for defeating Australia away from home with a C team or whatever it think
correct.
at this, you can't underplay this, can't undervalue this. Um, Outstanding performances by Dwayne's guy, Cornwall, the big guy.
In
Um,
both.
Bonner was outstanding in both innings. He reminds me of West Indies about 10 years ago, if so much, when we had a good little stint with Shana Paul. I don't know if your guys old enough to remember a guy named Brandon Nash. Brandon Nash, yeah. They used to bat a lot of balls. And I think that other than Craig, we ain't really got a man that will occupy the crease for
The wicket, yeah.
150 to 200 balls regularly. And I think Bonner did that quite well. I guess we'll just have to see him against pace and in different conditions, but he looks really, really assured against his spin.
Yeah. Yep.
Uh, Cornwall come at Trump's in second innings. It was only when I watched over the highlights early in the morning I realized Bangladesh was like 60 without loss, chasing 200 and then
Yeah, they
200
got off
odd.
to a flyer. Yeah.
So,
Azari went pretty expensive in his first two overs, yeah.
right, so for Craig to ring the changes, he even brought on himself. He got a couple of wickets there.
Yeah.
That's some good catches, especially Carl has a good catch there at the back end of the game. For everybody under pressure to take that. That was an outstanding catch, and it was great to see the emotion at the end
Yes.
when the
Yeah.
guys won. It was lovely. It was lovely. So kudos to the guys. Great spirit, and we look forward to seeing some performances in a month or so.
Fair enough. Rudy, want to get your thoughts on how things played out. I know you of all people, really, you probably, I don't know what is your take on Bonner now, but I'm very, very interested to hear, what you thought about how the series went, and
Mhm.
especially what you thought about Bonner's performance in general.
Well, good night, guys. Good night, viewers. Um, well, you guys know I had a two love series victory, but to Bangladesh. Like,
Okay.
I'm honestly appalled. I cannot
Yeah.
believe it. I'm very, 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 very happy. See, even got my West Indies jersey here. um, I'm very, 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 very happy. I'm proud of those guys.
I thought it
Yeah.
was one to
As
escape.
as Nero said, sorry. Um, the same way we big up that India side that defeated Australia, we have to give Jack his jacket. and big up our boys for doing what they did in those conditions.
Yeah.
I just wanted, as I said from the first show, I expected defeat, but I wanted to fight. These guys didn't only fight; these guys fight and won.
Yeah. Yeah.
In terms of Bonner, I want to see him. I still need to. Again, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. He played really well.
Yeah.
If you but hear about him, if the quote unquote first choice players come back, but for he perform in these 2 matches, he has to start now. You got to give him a fair break. You can't just play him and let him do what he did and just discard him. If he had failed, the layer would drop him, but he has to be able to start 11 regardless of if it's an A, B, C, D, or Z side. He has to start. So my old schoolmate, but see, looking shaky there, boy. Be real. But all in all, it was a good series. After the ODI series where we lost all 3, the guys had. I even saw the West Indies media manager. I even saw him post each other because they came back home now. I even saw them on the JetBlue flight and they had the trophy and the seat strapping and out. So that was nice. So it's really, 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 really good. I can only hope.
I think he got a contract extension.
We just do this one-off thing and then go back to regularly scheduled programming. Example, let me see the England down here a couple years ago. So we can only hope and pray, even if we get the 1 or 2 losses in between, there's some level of consistency and improvement. They grow from this instead of go up instead of coming down.
Yeah.
But one can only go up. But once again, guys, kudos to US Indies cricket team for beating Bangladesh at home. It was truly, it brought. I didn't that before, as a youngster growing up, teenager, like school, primary school, secondary school, West Indies playing an overseas tour, and I know the match play starting at, let me say, 4 o'clock in the morning. 4:15, I up, I gotta get the alarm to me to get in the morning. I gotta set my alarm to go work. I can get no annoyed, don't break up my night rest to watch my team's cricket at all. But I had no choice there these last couple matches. So,
it really was entertaining.
But anyway, these cricket teams.
Yeah. Mr. Hassani Evening.
Yeah, first of all, good night to everyone. Good night to the viewers as well. First of all, let me give credit. I just really want to say a hearty thank you and a job well done to the Bangladesh Cricket Board for putting on a fantastic series. We could get into the debate and the runs and the victory by West Indies, but the fact that against all odds where players were concerned because of the COVID situation in Bangladesh, the tour went off without a hitch, without a COVID case. So kudos to the Bangladesh Cricket Board for putting on a fantastic series. I mean, there was not a case, there wasn't no breaches, the guys were happy. Well done, Bangladesh Cricket Board. On to the congrats to West Indies. Job well done by the guys. I must say the guys really played their heart out. I was a little nervous like Nero at first when I see the day 60, 70 odd without loss. I was like headed on like this like can't go well here. Iqbal had looked in, he had looked assertive. I was like, these runs gonna look off by lunch. The way how he was batting, it looked like the runs would look off by lunch. But Cornwall bowled well. He Cornwall bowled 30 overs on the trot. I want people to understand, right? He bowled 30 overs on the trot. Right? And people said he was too far. He get beat out. You know what he meant? And Christ still persistent. 30 overs on the trot and 10 overs on the trot. Regardless of a spinner of his weight, he consistently ball. And I saw Sir currently praising him a lot and Craig for the maturity he showed. And I guess we could get into the captaincy a little bit because Craig was successful. But then on the other hand, there's Mr. Holder, who's, to me, I think he's teetering a little bit. I don't have him to captain going forward, but I think a change might be needed. Jason, yes, I love Jason. I love the heart. I love the passion. But I don't know if it comes become Burnhamson a little bit. and he lost his way a little bit. So I just need him to find back his way, like about among wickets, among the runs. He started to get out. I watched in Regional Super50, just nonsense shots. Like all of a sudden, just like he's not occupying the crease no more. In terms of Bonner, De Silva, I like read I'm not high on Bonner, but to bat in the subcontinent, to occupy the crease is a feat, and you have to give him credit where the credit is due for that. De Silva, for me, is my first choice keeper going forward because you cannot drop the man after this performance. I really thought Shane Mosley would have grabbed a hold of the opportunity to solidify because Campbell once again getting more atrocious sweeping. I've never saw a man got up to a sweep shot so many times. After doing it, same way, 7 sweep shots. Sweep, 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 sweep. Oh, how's that? Just going on like next ball. How's that? Dead in front. And he disappointed and he reviewing. That's what got that's what had me like. You want review, you know you out. You know you out. So really and truly, I am tempted to give Shane Mosley a chance against Sri Lanka and just tell John Campbell thanks for coming. I think it's time that Campbell has to go. I mean, regional first class, great and start this year too as well. Let him come back and see if he can make some runs. I mean, we really need an opener. I was saying De Silva, but De Silva kind of bats very good down the order, or he has to bat higher. He occupies the crease and then find himself backing with the tail a little too much. Azari ain't getting the wickets, but he's surely getting the most runs. Calmiers, after the first test exploits, didn't really hit the heights in the second test. I think overconfidence. I think he should just say, you know what, forget that. Let me apply myself and bat again. Because the shot, the way he got out in both innings was not idealistic and not becoming. So then it allowed me to rethink, do we really want him as a staunch number 5 going forward, playing those shots? Maybe a lower order batsman, but not in the top 5. I still have time for him inside, but maybe not as a top 5 batsman because sometimes the conditions really merit you to just grit it out, stick down your head and grit it out. He can get the ball to the boundary, but you just need to get in. Sometimes you just need a bat. Bonner was 30 odd from 100 balls. You just need to poke, or defend, I should say, and wait for the bad ball. But all in all, kudos to the guys. And well done to Craig for series win as West Indies captain.
Good to hear that. Mr. Collymore, can I get your thoughts on how things went?
It was a good victory, James. It was a West Indies through and through. So any victory at all is enjoy. Right? To see the team that went down and the result that was gained. It was a real good feeling, you understand? You have players actually playing, wanted to be there, They got the guy Jimbo, Kyle Walker, always say that Kyle Walker is the best spinner we have in the Caribbean. And it shows. It is show. Yes, he's a little overweight, but you could find a place for him. And to see he has great hands and slip. That the catch that he took to win the game. Very, very good catch. To get on that low with that sort of way. Can't ask for nothing much, you understand? I think that the standouts on the tour was definitely Bonner, Bonner, Calmiers, and De Silva. I can't see that going forward, at least for the upcoming tour, that De Silva would be the guy that they may get the nod. But I still think he has a lot to work on in terms of keeping the glove work. Yes, we said don't drop the ball, but De Silva has dropped at least a catch a game. So it's basically he's better in front of something they say currently because Doe has not played cricket in a little while. You don't know who last time you see he's dicing running from the sharp ball. But me, Doe is my first choice keeper. But you have to reward the guys that were on that tour because the Brits they went through all adversities. The battle with COVID, they said they're going down. You had guys that stay home now. I think not only is our view, but the view of the region that those guys have to work now again to say that they want to play because the guys that are given the chance, grab it. That's basically they don't let people in. They don't let in people. And in the players that the one of them that I was really disappointed in is Brooks. I must say I thought Brooks would grab any opportunity to play any form of cricket for the West Indies, being that it took you a little while to get in.
Yeah.
You understand? So here's your opportunity, Bangladesh haven't played cricket in a year. It's a perfect opportunity. You want nothing more. Everything's set there for you to just go back and get some runs behind your name. You understand? So I think the Selectors have a big problem, which is a good dilemma going forward to the upcoming home series. So all in all, great performance by the guys. They feel well. So just hope that they continue that vein going forward.
Yeah. As well, all of you guys would have said it earlier. A lot of the guys that went down to Bangladesh, a lot of the guys showed a lot of fight. I personally, yes, but Cornwall bowled pretty well, but I thought that Warwican also bowled well throughout that whole tour. You know, I thought Warwican bowled pretty consistent. He had good groupings in my opinion as a spinner. As Dwayne just said, the Selectors, they're definitely gonna have some serious headaches in the coming weeks for the selection of the Sri Lanka series. Nero, I wanna get your thoughts on how you think the selection is gonna go, because for me, I heard Asani's alluded earlier to the captaincy and Jason Holder. I mean, let's not get carried away. To me, Jason Holder definitely is still one of the best all-rounders in Test cricket, no doubt about it. Yes, his performances, haven't been up to par recently, but I mean, like I said, these things happen, and Jason definitely, any form of cricket, once Jason takes on that new ball, more likely you're gonna get some wickets, in my opinion. So I think, I still believe the guys are willing to rally around Jason, or being not taking away anything from Craig, because I thought Craig did a brilliant job. He was very aggressive. Like as the guy said earlier, he pulled the fast bowlers pretty. I think Shannon and Zari bowled a combined total of 4 overs. 4 overs throughout that whole last innings for Bangladesh. So it was very brave captaincy from Craig Brathwaite, no doubt about it. But I still think Jason should lead the way as of right now. The keeper, that is a toss up also. You have Bonner there who showed fight. You have Kalmirs who also showed some fight as well. So it's gonna be a tough task for the Selectors in the coming weeks. So Nero, I want to hear what your team would be going into this series against Sri Lanka.
Like the guys, I honestly can't narrow it down to the 11. I know Dwayne gonna want me not being around the bush, but for me, I get a 15.
A 15-man squad, okay.
Yeah, 15 would be the 11 that played. The 11 that played on Sunday.
Wow.
The straight off the bat, obviously Roach will come in. Jason.
Yeah.
Wow.
Brooks.
The 11 that played Jason. Roach. Brooks.
Chase.
Chase.
And you gotta go with the extra keeper. And the only keeper is probably Doe.
That's 15.
That's 15.
No,
yeah, that's 15, yeah.
Roach play.
Wait, he said 12. 12, 11. 1
and he added in Roach.
Right.
That's 12.
Brooks.
12.
14. And you call Chase 15.
Oh yeah, you did, yeah, Nero. You're man over, boy.
So I guess Campbell or Mosey.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Still got Hetty there, but I don't think all the men could just walk back in, to be honest. So some people are gonna miss it. So that would be the 15.
That would be the 15, yeah.
Wondering if Moses steps out or Campbell steps out.
I wanna get Mr. Evelyn's 11. Sorry, I guess he could give his 11 or his 15-man squad as well. But I just want to say I was speaking to a good friend of mine a couple of days ago, and he informed me that Hetmeyer used to open the batting up until I think he said on the 15 or on the 19 level. Yeah, and when he, we were talking about it, and when you look at other teams, when you look at, say, a David Warner, when you look at Australia, you have David Warner, who basically has a license. You know, David Warner is going to play shots at the top of the order.
Rohit Sharma.
Rohit Sharma is going to play shots. You look back at the Australia team back in the day, you see Matthew Hayden. You know Matthew Hayden shots at the top of the order as well. Chris Gill, you understand? So I started thinking about it a little bit, and what about a Craig Brathwaite, Hetmeyer opening partnership, and then we come down from there. But like I said, we get into that a little later. But Hassani, first I want to hear your like I said, you could give me your 11 or your 15-man squad.
Yeah, I can probably do like Nero instead of down to 11. Probably can do 15. I like the Hetmeyer point of view. The Hetmeyer is interesting for the opening spot as well as the Silver, right? But because the Silver opens for first class. But my problem with the Silver opening is if you have to keep for hours and then to open the batting.
Yeah.
The Hetmeyer argument is tricky because some days Hetmeyer woes you, and then other days you be like, shh, why?
But you got
that. Right. But David Warner, but you see the different David Warner occupies the crease. David Warner the one to hit everything. Hetmeyer sometimes comes in with the mentality, you know what? Let me come in and dominate, put pressure on the man. And some of the shots I've seen play against the second new ball, a little thing. I was hoping to get some runs, and he started off the regional Super 50 hot. He has cooled down a bit after that, so I'm still a little reserved about it. But I really believe Shane Mosey should get another try. Let me just don't rush. I mean, anything a little too rush. The reason I said Craig, you see, you mentioned just about Craig being aggressive and captaincy. That's something I don't think Jason has fully developed on a lot. So it's just few places, depends on the time of the game, is not as aggressive. I believe had Jason was in that same position, I don't think Jason would have shut off the Pacers. Jason would have ball home himself instead of getting the spinners in early. They probably would have bought Cornwall those overs. Craig believed in Cornwall's ability, and that's key. And I said the reason I'm a little iffy about Jace was because of the runs incoming. I if Jace wasn't scoring runs, he was getting wickets. He ain't getting neither. And then the captaincy, the field players, and you can see it with the Barbados Pride now. Currently, is a little the bowling changes and the death overs is a little also concern. But the 15 Roach will be 12. I'll bring back in Ross and Chase. So Ross and Chase will probably bat. Bono probably about 4 or 4 or 5. I would call Giant Bravo. Bono will still keep his number 3 spot.
Bono about 4. Mosey was behind 3. Craig Campbell, Mosley.
Bono.
Right, but things if I move in Campbell.
Yeah.
Mosley will open. I would 3, boy. That number 3 is such a hard spot. You can send out an alienation paper for a number 3 batsman. That's possible. I mean, it's so much names I could put there. I could put Bravo, Hope, Hetmeyer, just so I can just leave out that. So I can name 14. I can't name it. So Bono 4, Chase 5, probably Blackwood 6, Comer 7, maybe De Silva 8. But I would like to see De Silva bat a little hair because I don't like to see De Silva batting with the tail all the time because he bats time. Maybe he could bat 3 or 4. Maybe. That all depends on the situation.
3 or 4. What if I just get sweet and
yeah. At the end of the day, it's still his 11. But I take 3 or 4 for the Silver.
3 or 4 for the 6. 3 or 4 for the 6.
Nah, 3 or 4.
Bat the end there when his bat staying really well because he get really deep in the crease. Get really deep in the crease.
And Sri Lanka can bring a lot of spinners.
England
try to bring a lot of spinners.
England try to do it, Johnny Bearslow. Try to 3. and he get destroyed.
I know he even
Alright,
needs to say.
so that means we need an adult for number 3 batsman. We could just advertise it on the show. West Indies looking for a number 3 batsman. Send CV and credentials with thing. But Chase will come into his squad. Chase maybe depends on mentally how Dorich is mentally currently. I don't know Dorich mental state currently. So, but if not Dorich, then who? Who's the keeper in England? They had a reserve keeper.
This,
The reserve
this,
keeper in
this,
England.
Silver was the
this is
reserve.
your squad. This is your squad. Whoever
Right.
you
The
want to
Silver.
play your squad.
I would love to add this Dorich's cover, but I don't know Dorich mental made up cause these guys didn't want to go Bangladesh for a bubble, but you got to go in another bubble in Antigua.
Norwich and Antigua.
Right. So the guys that refuse for personal reasons. Chase, Bravo, Dorich comes in.
What?
One more. One.
Sweet on Bravo.
I probably will bring back Shamar Holder. Probably will bring back as a PS cover.
Whoa.
So,
Whoa. You can 4 quick.
Because the pitch in Antigua seems to be well balanced. You know, the paces are getting something currently. You know, the spinners getting good purchase, but the fast bowling is getting some purchase. But I believe Roach.
Average score is 250.
I would probably rest Roach for the Sri Lanka series. I probably might. Roach and Gabriel probably might.
You might.
You know, because those guys will know on back-to-back tours in a bubble. So I probably might rest one. Like how England rotates and India rotates sequence. I might play one and not the other.
Roach just rest.
Yeah,
Right. So that means I will rest Gabriel. Because just let me all be real. Like to quarantine and just be in one place. I mean, we in lockdown now. And just be in one area just to play cricket. You know, could be a little drain on them, the guys mentally, especially Roach and Gabriel, who've been they went from England to New Zealand, now to Bangladesh. Yeah, so that's about it. The one day side, any 11. I know what to think we want their side. The one day side, whoever 11 and for my time, let me just put them in because I have no words for the one. I'm more interested in the test selection now than the one day selection because these guys, oh Lord, and the T20, same thing. Who informed me, put them in. Don't let me just put names. Who score runs currently, just put them in. But test side, yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Quickly, Dwayne, can I get your squad, please?
I might get delete John Campbell for sure. Mosey can take that. Hatman can come in my say for sure. I think Hatman was the X factor that we need. You know, you get the ball. Roston, Dorich, Brooks. No, sorry, not Dorich. I say I can give the Silver the play. So we at home, so I don't necessarily need to pick two keepers. I would stick with the Silver. Who else I had in there? Man? Who's coming back in? Obviously, Jason will come back in, and Jason will make captain going for at least for this home series because yes, Craig did well, but I mean, I think Craig is more attacking, as you have said. Craig that move to bring on himself to get 2 wickets. That was a boss move. I don't think Jason will probably see that. I understand, but I think I would give Jason at least this home series. And then if not, I would just say, well, Craig, you could take over. But if in the West Indies, we tend to suffer amnesia a lot. You understand? Because only 2 years ago, this person Jason. You understand? Now it's like he going through a patch. So we and I was watching an article with Ashwin, and he was saying that in order for players to grow, you have to accept the players for who they are. You can't just praise them and they do good, and then because they fail at their form or their method, you bash them.
Yeah.
Understand? Because then it stunts the growth. You can't try to fit them into what you want them to be. You have to let them grow on their own. And I think we need to take that approach in Caribbean a little more to accept players. Kuran, I also think is a player that could be in our test team. If you look at Kuran, yeah, Kuran. if you look at Pan is a very useful asset for India down the bottom. You understand? So it's like we have those players here. We have the options. So I don't just want to limit players to one category. Bonner will retain his play, but I would start with the 11 that currently play the Bangladesh test, but the other guys I would probably filter one or two players, but those other guys would have to wait for lack of better term before they return into the side as big players or players that would be there.
Roach will come in though for you first. That's obviously.
Yeah, Roach is my fast bowler. If it's one fast bowler game catch cricket with is Roach. So that is the question.
Wait, guys, a quick question. What will Evan Lewis?
Let me go on, Jay.
That's okay. Hey, nah.
But we know. But I mean, we know me and Noise for Hatmire to open.
Man, Hassani is joking, man. Evan Lewis, Hassani cannot play for the cricket ball. Evan Lewis is a slasher.
Evan Lewis missed every other tour.
Yeah, that is my thing about Evan Lewis.
Let me start there.
That is my thing about Evan Lewis.
He might play first, not come back. It did BCL cricket. No.
Yeah. You never know where you get with Evan Lewis. So that I want to, for me personally, I want to maintain that. Yeah.
I may be searching for openers. They just changed their names. We got vacancies.
We got four that are open, man.
Yeah. But it's just.
Oh. Really quickly there, what do you think about your 15-man squad?
All right, I got 15 here. I can give you my starting 11, and then the other 4 guys that will be there in case of injury, etc. Craig and Mosley. You know John Campbell in my books. See you later, buddy. You how you say? So Craig and Mosley, and Mosley my openers. Bonner can be Bonner probation. I can't drop him so he can back number 3 big probation. He got perform at home here now too. Right? Ross and Chase is usually back 5 and come up 1 to 4. Blackwood is usually back 6, he can come up 1 to 5. And then Columbia can come there as my backing all rounder. Right? At 6. The Silver can get kicked. Because the way they the direct model, but the Silver gonna start bearing facing reality. Jason Holder is my captain. Yes, Craig surprised me with his captaincy tactics. I think people in general, West Indies in general, there's just, let me call it jump the gun too fast. I remember, I can't remember, it was Darren Sammy, the captain. And did the ref Darren Sammy for whatever reason? I think it's Darren Sammy, but the rest whoever this body was that was the captain at the time. When Zimbabwe came down here, I give Dwayne Bravo. I give Dwayne Bravo the captaincy for that one there, so and we watched them 4 or 5 left how much ever games was in series. And then blam, Dwayne Bravo was the ODI captain full time. And then what happened? Lick started to share again. I was Zimbabwe, so we expected to beat Zimbabwe. So I can't understand that. Right, so Jason Holden, my captain, Roach, Cornwall, and Shannon Gabriel. That's my starting 11 there. Right? So Craig, Mosley, Bonner, Chase, Blackwood, Mears, De Silva, Holder, Roach, Cornwall, Gabriel. 12, 13, 14, and 15. I like Hetman, right? But Hetman is just, I don't know, the man he just get a rush of blood. So he can't start right now, but he can be a multi-squad. So he's 12, Warren Campbell, there's 13, Shamar Holder, and Shamar Brooks. That's my 15 there.
Shamar Brooks. Okay. Interesting squads there. But
those days and all these sides, nobody mentioned.
But as a fan,
I
want. He got score runs.
He hasn't played
for their cricket. He gotta come back, man. He gotta come back.
Can't rest the man name.
But as Hassani said,
we'll be back.
As Hassani said, for the ODIs, any 11 for ODIs.
Well, like I said earlier, the selectors definitely have a
As,
tough task on their
as
hands
I said, if we go to the 18 level, you
in
do.
the coming weeks. But I guess we'll see how it goes. I one thing I do like about how the guys perform though is something that I don't think that we've seen in West Indies cricket for a number of years. In terms of the fight and now the spot your spot as a in the 11 is not secure. It's not cemented. So I think the guys now definitely are going to be forced now to even put in even more into their craft, and I think that is something that we definitely needed in West Indies cricket for very 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 long time. So we'll
But
definitely see
but fellas,
how it
one
goes.
point and one point I think we could all agree on. Probably 2 points. John Campbell can't open no more. And the second point is we don't need the guys to only get in and get out so we need these guys to convert to hundreds, in the 90s and 80s. We need heavy convergence. Cause had these guys, I mean the selectors, we just don't know what's getting any money selectors at that time. I think it's kind of to who the like and whoever. But if Bonner had convert them starts at the silver to hundreds is say a lot. Hundreds go a lot. We need to understand that hundreds is carry it. So
Yeah.
how Bonner capitalize all those starts he get and convert into about 300s in that series, you Bonner name will probably be first on team sheet because you could tell yourself, well, you can't drop. You might no score 300s. The
Yeah.
silvers hundreds. These guys need to score hundreds, and I think
Yeah.
that's one thing we've been missing in vaccines cricket. Our conversion rate from 50 to 100. We need
Yeah.
hundreds.
Yeah.
50s don't swing no more. You gotta score hundreds.
Well, we'll see how it goes in the coming series. I want to move on to the England India test match. Nero, Akeem Nero. You got. I consider you got your revenge, but
That's the regular programming.
I
Regular
can say you got
programming,
your revenge
bro.
there, but there were a lot of talks about the pitch and all of that.
Yeah,
But we'll get into
exactly.
that a little later. But I just wanna get your thoughts, Nero, about how you thought of how that match played out.
But yeah, we would have made some changes. Kuldeep coming, and I thought Kuldeep would have been more the X factor, but Patel really stepped up on debut. Um, Masterclass innings from Rohit Sharma on a
Yes.
bad wicket. 100. He made more than England. He made more than England. He made 160 odd. England made 130. You understand? The second innings, I think that put all the bad pitch talk to the side because Ashwin, a number 8, number 9 batsman,
Yeah.
scored 100. One
Yeah.
might say he had 2 chances or three chances or 4
That's
chances.
cricket. That's cricket.
And not only that, cricket, if the pitch is bad, no matter how much chances a number 8, 9 batsman get, he can't be scoring 100.
Can't score 100. Yeah, it is.
He can't score 100. So I think when Ashwin scored that 100 in the second innings, that put all the bad pitch to rest. And Kohli played a masterclass as well, 60 on that wicket. Under a little pressure, Moeen Ali has his number, and he got a dot with a beauty in the first innings. All in all, India in good shape going into this third test, day and night game. Boomer rested. Rohit got some runs. We should be looking in good shape. I guess you could talk about pitch now or later.
No, you could give me your thoughts on the pitch situation right now. Yeah.
For me, I don't know what the big issue is because it's not like the game is played on separate weekends. You understand? You have to flick a toss.
Correct.
England could win the toss and go back first.
Yeah, and then
You understand? Correct. You understand? It's not like
yeah,
we're playing Saturday, Sunday, and then in that Saturday where you prepare a bad wicket. The
yeah,
wicket is there for both teams. And
correct.
I find mostly with England they've now made 600 runs. In the first game, the wicket was fine. The third the wicket was doing what it did in this second test. no one complain. But as it's funny when these players come into foreign conditions is a big issue. When you go to England, one batsman or two
Ball.
batsmen score runs. The ball the seam, 500,000 appearances is look like Malcolm Marshall, look like Roach. You understand 500,000
I'm
appearances.
turning them boys.
Look, does look excellent. And these same fellas, when they leave England, they can't bowl in other conditions.
Yeah.
In over time in history, it's not like the average player scores heavy outside of their home ground. You understand? Class players score runs everywhere.
Yeah.
Kohli, Kane, Steve Smith, they're good. Those guys will score runs in all conditions.
Yeah.
Yes, you will have in a series of fella can if you got 8 innings, a fella can score run. So you will see say you might score 80 in the series, but he'll probably done one thing. These things happen, but throughout the series, the just the class batsmen normally score runs. So
Mm.
when England goes to when India goes to England in a month
A
or
couple
2 months
months, right?
time,
Yeah.
Virat Kohli will score runs, probably Pujara and nobody else. And
Mm.
that's just how it goes. So I don't see the big issue. I thought and in England only has two class players anyway. That Root and Stokes.
Ben Stokes.
And they didn't come up trust like they did in the first test, so I don't know what they expected. They can bring back Joe Ford, they bring back Johnny Bairstow,
Say, oh
everybody in
boy,
this
Ali.
yeah, Moy Ali.
Say
So
Ali. Say Ali going home because of the bubbles.
yeah, they're looking at dot points, they're looking to do all sorts of things. I
Mm.
don't think
Lipton
I
them,
don't think
man.
I don't take much
Lipton
out
them
of
do
it.
raw, man.
Mm.
But this shaping up to be a good two test matches coming up.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
He's still on. He's
But
still on. Still on for your predictions. 2-3-1.
It's true.
you still on for
3-1, 3-1.
oh,
3-1.
okay. Okay, you still on for 3-1. What were your thoughts on how things played out, Collymore?
I, as I said before, back to regular programming days, I was surprised that India prepared such a even wicket in the first test. It's usually home advantage in any territory, but when you go to New Zealand, as West Indies, you see the pitch the same color as the outfield. Because they
Yeah.
have
Oh,
seamers,
green
you
boy.
understand?
Yeah.
They can break your ribs. We don't want to be
Yeah.
at your ribs. Why you coming late, break your ribs. So they can swim it, but you still got
Trent Wood,
Frank Bolt that can nip it
Jam
back at you, you understand? And
Jameson.
you know with the odd bolt. So you got Jameson at 7 foot. You understand? So
Yes. Yes.
I don't see what the big fuss about the wicket. Like when you go to England, as you were saying, few batsmen score runs, only the elite. Because England is known for swinging. When you carry Sam Curran in India, he ain't get the same movement he can get in England.
Yeah.
Obviously, if India is known for spinning, the man has played two fast bowlers, sometimes one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He is. So the pitch is not going to be. It's a subcontinent. And they don't got that sour soil. They got the soil that is break. That's crumbly soil. So you don't get pitches that favor seeing bowlers in the subcontinent. So
Mm.
that talk
And
about
it's
the
a
pitch.
known fact.
Yeah, that talk about the pitch to me is just England crying. You understand?
Mm.
It's India basically outplayed them in every single department in that test match. Every single department. Bowling, the batting, fielding, it was all wrong. You
Yeah.
understand? So I don't see the issue with the pitch. But England got some positives. I think the keeper Oaks, he looked fairly decent
Yeah.
behind the stump and he scored 40 the first innings. But I still think that this series is because this can be a 3-1. The last time England win in India was probably 2013, 2012, 2013. Yeah, around that
Mm.
period. So a long time ago, Jay.
Mm.
I don't see them coming up trump in this series.
In
Probably
this
Root will
series,
come
yeah.
out,
Yeah.
but it's Root Stokes. You got Sydney and Lawrence. The best Lawrence is St. Lawrence Gap, Jay. So you can see how it goes from there, man.
Yeah. Really, what are your thoughts? I know you had some strong words for Root, and then he kind of humble you in that first game. But what are your thoughts on the in the last game, and more so your guy Joe Root.
I agree with my man said. Well, he said 3-1, but he said 2-1. Somewhere I still feel they can scrape or draw somewhere, but they will lose the series. As I said from
Okay.
the get-go, Australia washed off India in the first game, and look what they come back and do. This was a side that was not their strongest side. So India at home, the boy don't beat India at home.
Right.
Back in the day, as a youngster growing up, India still win everything at home and get beat away. Now there's win home and away.
Yeah.
But in terms of the pitch, you cannot get vexed with India for preparing. You're playing at home. I can prepare a pitch for that can suit my sort of players.
Correct.
So
That's cricket.
again, that's cricket. Again, I agree with my friend. England just crying. We got to get washed off.
Yeah.
Joe Root. As I said last week, my problem with Joe Root is he's a class player, but his conversion rate. That's why I was shocked that he actually scored a double furthermore. I would expect an 80, a 70, or 80. You still got to watch out for him. But England could bring back Jofa. England could bring back who? They're not going to. I don't see that. I would rather England winning this series would be as shocking as we beating Bangladesh at home. Let me put it that way.
Well,
Let me put it that way. But
we'll see how it goes.
yeah.
Mr. Evening.
Yeah.
Okay. What are your thoughts on how things went down in India?
Just I already said to all. Yeah, I expected India to bounce back in the second test. Okay, I don't think that England was complaining. I just think, personally, you see the match referees, I think we're a little dubious about the wicket. But India back on the same wicket. But I mean, home you should really know your conditions and know your pitch. What I will say is that this third test with the pink ball, the day and night, is going to be very interesting. India has not played a lot of pink ball, or not heavy set on the pink ball, because remember the India Australia, they wanted to do the pink ball, and India was like, so India in terms of the pink ball, England has experience with the pink ball, so the pink ball doesn't spin as much as the. And if I believe that England will bring back James Anderson for the pink ball. I believe they will bring back Anderson.
Yeah.
Depends on how Joffre probably might come back as short ball. I know they're tempted to play both of them because of the workload, but this is the chance for England now to capitalize on the pink ball. Kohli battled well, Ashwin. I mean, chances any day we're looking to score, but it's 100. I got no qualms with the pitch. I have no qualms with the pitch. I hoping for a 2-all draw, so kind of expected for it to go that way anyhow. But yes, my piece, short and sweet. Congrats, India.
Okay, guys. I want to move on to the Super 50, and I want to zoom in more so on the Barbados Pride team, the team that
You can have this segment. Yes, this is your segment. You can have this.
The team. Honestly, that I chose to win it all, but it didn't seem to come to pass. I want to know where the guys think the Barbados team, went wrong, and how the guys think that they could do better going forward.
We want here for
looking at the Barbados side, the looking at the Barbados side, I find goes back to the same conversion rate that Hassani was talking about earlier. A lot of our guys in the middle order, a lot of our guys, they get a lot of starts, they get a lot of 50s, a lot of half centuries, but they didn't carry on. They didn't. We had Brooks who got to he got to 96, and then he got out. Some might say unfortunate, some might not, but Carter had a couple 50s once again. Didn't carry on. So I take that argument.
He should have gone to the Bangladesh store. He think he was unfair, but look at Jason Mohammed 100 yesterday. 100 against the said Barbados. So you score 60. Jason Mohammed score 100. I look at Jason Mohammed.
Yeah, I take Yeah, I think our guys, I think the Barbados Pride guys, the batsmen, I should say, I think that the batsmen they got in, but they didn't really carry on. They didn't really push on. And I'm wondering too if that Barbados side, um, you know, is missing an out and out basher, someone that could just come in and beat balls. Some might say that Ashley Nurse probably could play that role. I don't agree, but and then Ashley Nurse is not gonna come in at 5'6". I still think that someone that coming in that comes in sorry at that number should have the ability to really push on the score. And to be honest, I honestly think that Jonathan Carter has that ability, especially at that level. Because to me, when I'm thinking about someone coming in and pushing on the score, you don't necessarily have to be a Chris Scale, you don't have to be a Pollard, you understand? And I think that Jonathan Carter definitely has that ability and is capable of pushing on the score, especially at that regional level. But like I said, the guys just were not able to convert a lot of those starts that they got, and as a result of that, they haven't won a game as yet. So I want to get the guys there. I want to start here. I want
Listen,
to
I
go
don't
back to
think
you,
you
Mr.
finished, I don't feel you finished nails on your heart, because you
No,
didn't
no, I am
mention
finished for now. I finished for now.
the bowling, the death bowling. I feel you have
No,
more to say. I know
no,
your heart hurt and you have more to say. It's all
I
right.
finished for now. I
We can
finished for
allow you.
now. I want to get the guys. I want to get the guys thought. I finished for now. So I want to start with Mr. Collymore here. We thought the Barbados Pride team fell down.
As I said earlier, we basically going to the competition with three players that you are banking on to perform every game. That was Roston. Well, sorry, four. Roston, Jason, Brooke, and Jono. At that level, they're not known to dominate. You understand? They haven't played for a period of time, whatever. Jono has known to just get to 50 and that's the end. And that's what separates Jono. Bramble, not Bramble, Barwell
Well,
scored 100. Man scored 100. You understand? And
we got in
you,
trouble.
you can say that Jono, that he could bat better than Jono, but at the end of the day, he got 100. You understand?
Mm,
And that's Barbados have, if you look at the makeup of the team, the players are basically the same. As I said, they don't have an X factor player.
mm,
And it is seen when the score is when they in that 41st, 42nd over where looking to push on. The batsmen are in, they tend to get out. John did it on a couple of occasions. Brooks, how Roston gets, Jason come in, can assess the pitch, Pollard slow balls out. You understand? So I think Barbados lacking a little of an X factor player
yeah, definitely.
who could push them to instead of a 280 to 240, a 280 or 290. You understand? And we need to look at batting orders. We don't need to just say, oh, because this person is
Excuse me.
a set number three, they have to bat. Like, to me, I had a partner who mentioned Brooks, for example. When you're playing at this level, I agree that certain opportunities, certain things you have to look at different. Maybe Brooks could have said, well, you know what? Shane here or Kyle here, I can open the batting and they can bat 50 overs. Like sure, extra more, but about 40 overs in a limited overs game, he is going to be 100.
Mm,
You understand? And he has the ability to open the batting. There's not much difference. So to me, and then in the bowling department, oh my God, that bowling is just a focus. I mean,
mm,
you got people masquerading as fast bowlers because to me, I don't see fast bowlers. You got, I mean, Keon is a fit guy, but Keon, as I said before, this he offers no movement with the cricket ball. And at that level, people can paint it. You got
mm,
young Shamal Holder who know learning, but same thing again. Not the variety, you ain't got nothing to paint. You had the guy that went my Sunny blind, Jordan. He really just seemed to be off. Just
mm,
seemed to be off. But we look at Ron Paul just hitting the line, ball moving, runs, wickets, every power play. You understand? So it just shows that these guys lack a little bit of skill when it comes to bowling. They don't have the skill set necessarily required to get wickets on flat pitches like Antigua. So I honestly am not surprised by the results with the Barbados team.
Okay, fair enough. Really, what are your thoughts on the performance of the Pride team?
Boy, I don't know what to say here. I had Trinidad and Barbados in final. Barbados got a serious problem. If Pollard could take a five against you, or Lord, we got a serious problem. As I said, well, I didn't even know. I heard the guy start saying before we started to record that shit, what going on now. Well, I mean, he was sick. He had the virus, however, but he was missing from the get go. I don't see sense of carrying him now because the chances of making the playoffs are like, well, very little.
Yeah, I can't say happening.
But they were definitely missing shit at top of the order to back through the innings.
Yeah.
As both of you guys said, they're missing the X factor. They're missing somebody that can come on. If Barbados is in that game, if Barbados scored 3-1, they should have scored more. In my opinion, they should have scored. I think it was 3-1. 3-1 to score.
Yeah, 3-1. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Fair hitting there, but he had men John compare Anthony Bramble, not Anthony Bramble. We Barwell, Christopher Barwell, sorry.
Yeah.
Cannot back better than John Carter. But John Carter just come and give you a nice 50 and then just you see it with my man that played for Ben Rizno, Stody. I watched Stody against Trinidad a couple years ago here. It was very over. I tell myself my man can score 100. I score 72 thing. I don't want to get up and walk home. I don't want to drive home. Very my So but he played for Ben Rizno, so let me sidetrack. But we definitely have a serious problem if Kyron Pollard can take a 5-wicket haul against your batting lineup. The bowler just get pinned against a Carter side. I don't know.
Yeah, the bowling,
I don't know what they can do.
The
bowling, the youngsters. I got a lot of time for Shamar Holder, but he get pinned. I know my say. Jeff Holder can only do so much. He ain't taking much wickets, but he can only do so much. There's only 10 overs. There's Test cricket. So if I take boy 10 over, then that else he could do. Ashley Nurse is just thereabouts in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I really don't know. Come back next year Super 50 guys. Forget this one. Just play these last couple games and come back next year.
Yeah. Mr. Evelyn, I know you have a lot to say about this Barbados Pride team. So let me hear what you have to say. I'm not hearing you, Mr. Evelyn.
Not me, sir. I didn't have them in the finals. Certain guys, 4 other guys who I refused to be nameless, had Pride in the finals. I telling me Pride flower the flower. Like it's Belgian Pride. Honestly, the bowling guys, Barbados. I think because it's franchise cricket. Franchise cricket is a draw. You don't have to pay everybody from the same nation.
Correct.
You don't. Okay. You could draft players. Like, just put everybody and mix up the side. Mix up the names. I don't think the McCaskey fella, that his name? Is McCaskey?
Yeah.
That opening batting?
Zach McCaskey, yeah.
He opening batting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think he could open for another franchise. Every check it. Every sit down and look at the 11 and say, can these guys play any other franchise currently based on how the cricket playing? You would say no. The Carty and the Kumar got different Lewers that 3 and 4 that got hundreds in the tournament, and then the fella I was calling Nero the spinner for Ghana.
The Ghana fella, Moti or something.
No, Moti, right. I was very impressed with his bowling. He bowls a tight line for a limited over spinner. I think I would include him in the one-day squad. He done enough to get a call up for the one-day squad. I don't know if he can be 11. He done enough. Jason Mahabin got 100. The guys from the leewers got 100. Had man, like, and I think it just phases the game for Pride that you can see the man just get dominant. The chase against leewers, the guy Carty back through, and when it was go time, it was go time. Had Maya when they played Guyana was losing wickets, but they run rate is smootering along. So ain't to say like they're containing anybody, they're giving up runs in the bowling, and they're giving and taking a bat in the batting. So Sheho, Kaho, and now to prove it, the only way that mathematically they will only make it as somebody thing. I was really impressed. I believe Lewers and Wainwright for the cricket they played. I would love them to get in. I could see, as I keep telling you all, I see a Ghana Trinidad final with Ghana winning because the wicket starting to slow down a bit. I mean, Trinidad batting is very explosive. It's very explosive. And the same Evan Lewis has bat and then miss one. He has the most runs for the tournament so far. He has 150. Right? And remember in the group we was discussing, but if you're an international player, you should always look to come back and dominate local cricket. You should always and I believe Pride has to look elsewhere for players to play in the franchise cricket. Nothing wrong with having a guy from Lewers or Mainwards. Yeah, be just gonna come. Somebody can probably go on TV and cry and say, "But I know why I get paid for Pride." But truth is, we've been trying these men for years. I love John Carter. John Carter was running this setup for years. He has not separated himself from the pack. Has not. He does not dominate. I mean, since Dwayne Smith, we need openers. He probably needs openers because since Dwayne Smith was the attacking force he top the order. Yes, he will have some days he failed, but when Agent was on, he was on. So I think probably needs a whole revamp, like a revamp. You're even seeing it in the CPL. We playing all these Belgian players, and for what? Nothing. Like we need to cast integrate the guys in the Caribbean. I don't understand what is the obsession of playing everybody from Barbados. It's franchise cricket. So these guys probably need to go in other territories, play like Ghana, bat on different wickets, get accustomed to different wickets, different conditions, different mindsets. Because I think Trinidad and Ghana mindset is different to Pride mindset. It's an I thing in Pride. Pride is an I. What I do? I score 50, I tap 5. Ghana is a team. Trinidad is a team. You ever miss Darren? Nobody ain't talking about Darren Bravo, Orlando Simmons. Them guys flying on the radar. With Ron Paul. There's also Narain. Narain is be bowling. Right? They're flying on the radar. Right. Leeward, I honestly didn't expect Leeward to be this competitive. Because Leeward's and Windwards, but they're being competitive. They're losing, but they're being competitive, and guys scoring hundreds. As I said, hundreds to separate the batsman from the guys that just like to bat. That's what we said. But yes, I think you still have a lot more in your heart, so I went to take out your segment because this is for you. You're Barbados Pride, so you want
I said everything I had to say. Nero, I'm just gonna get finally your thoughts on the Barbados Pride performance so far.
Once again, selection. I think it's a production line problem because Hassani called the perfect name there just now. Dwayne Smith. We don't produce that type of player anymore. Sometimes we get away in the 50 over in Barbados because we are better than the Leewers. We are just better than them. So sometimes in the tournament, based on the normal performance, we would get to finals and semi-finals. But when you look at even at full strength, you draft in Shea and Craig in there. You understand? They're still classical players. Yes, because Craig and Shea and them are just better than the rest of many Caribbean, mostly many Caribbean. We can get to the 300 to 80 regular, 320, and we can be competitive. But now the other teams catching up a lot. So then those guys producing a lot of T20 cricketers. So they translating like Fletcher would just come in to Windward side. Fletcher could transform our teams. Fletcher could score 120 overs in this 50 over.
That ability.
And it takes something being proactive. 3 games, left hand spinning open, bowling all 3 times. It can't happen. Because we do it every weekend. A left hand spinner come, back down. A lot of classical batsmen. I think if you're gonna pick that team with all those batsmen, the guys normally strike strike rate probably between 60 and 80. You gotta identify one of them to go at top of the order and say, you ain't getting dropped, go and express yourself.
Yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah,
majority quality one of their teams, you have a starter and a finisher.
yeah, yeah.
You understand? So you're gonna have somebody later up in the power play top and somebody you have the
I
classical
mean, hey, backing.
you have the classical batsman because they don't have to make up anything, they come in the middle and then they may finish off right in.
Yeah,
With the bowling, young bowlers and experience that come under a bit of tap because the other team got some aggressive batsmen. Hopefully it's a learning curve. Hopefully the bat's stronger. Shankel, obviously when we come over here, they're going down. Um, Obviously the share down here probably go straight into the lineup at top of the order.
yeah.
Got win, who we got now? Jamaica and Windward.
Members.
And Windward
They
is a
play Winward
Windward got
tomorrow.
Windward
Play
is a
Winward tomorrow.
Windward is a very very good team. Obet McCoy come back in that bowling lineup. My guy Maki bowling well like he taught like Edwards. So Windward ain't gonna be a pushover.
Yeah.
I guess for Barbados and the Belgian Pride, I think they at least got to win the last two games to finish the season on a high. But it's not only the cricketers right now. It's more of a production management. Because if you see a guy batting aggressive on the side, why can't that guy? Because a guy could score 500 runs in CM1 their tournaments, you could take him and fine tune his skills.
Yeah.
You understand? It
Yeah.
doesn't have
Yeah.
to be elbows. You can fine tune his skills at these
Yeah.
same centers that we have here. But I don't know. We have that is a good 4-day team. That is a phenomenal 4-day team. But
Yeah.
with 50 over
It's
and
the over.
how the other teams set up. If the other teams were weakened, we probably could have get there. But how the other teams that basically full strength, it was really hard. It really hard to get there.
Then
Yes.
guys hungry for the cricket. Remember we always discuss hunger and drive. These guys from these Montserrat and St. Lucia and Antigua, there's them a select group of guys that when they make the best and see them as legends in their countries. We don't normally be accustomed to Barbados, Trinidad, Guyana. So you got a guy from St. Lucia, a guy from Antigua, you know, the Leeward or the other countries in the Windward Islands. This is an honor for them, man. These guys say, you know what, we don't have the access like how the guys in Barbados have. To me, I think these guys just want say, you know what, I represent Barbados. This is a Barbados cricket. This is the walk boy and kick. Just because that's just me. They just want to kick. They don't understand representing Barbados mean.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's something we really gotta look at. I mean, the first class, the cricket from the Sahara. I guess there's another discussion in what used to be neither. Cause just playing cricket just because like nobody ain't passionate about it. It just kind of shoot emotion. Guys ain't hungry at elite. Nobody do, but even the elite, nobody don't score a lot of hundreds. You don't got nobody scoring 500 and 600s. Like these West Indies players when they come down to play in this cricket, you should be dominating. We should really shout. We got your open sign the paper and see Craig 100, Shield 100, Dorich 100, Boston 100. Like which is normal. GS 100, 7 wickets because you play for West Indies. You bowl against the best, you bat against the best. And you don't get that. Because again, it's a I thing. What I do. And what we can is what I do. Everybody do this selfish cricket. I want my stats to look good. I care about yours. I want mine look good. So that's just the way I see it. And until we address that, as Coach Phillips always said, they're an iron team. In the iron team, you can't win on I. Cause them niggas say, you know what, the team performed bad. But they said, man, the guys we lost, but I score runs though. So that's just how we say. Until they address that, we can always be in this conundrum. It can just be a revolving door. To then no, the selectors and say, no, we ain't really need to pick the boy from Barbados, and you don't want to come to that cause the West Indies team just always having Barbadians, always. The best West Indies teams were when the ones the Bajans and stuff, the Gary Sobers, the Desmond Hens, the guys, the prominent. Everything come down. Sherman Campbell, Adrian Griffith was in. Um, yeah, but we can't say that nobody in the put the hand and say no, I can back. But they need an explosive body. But they could search the Caribbean too. If the selectors do proper scouting, you could find these hidden gems in the Caribbean. These and bring them to Barbados. You know, give them a better. They have better conditions, better indoor facilities, proper coaching, even better coaching, and you can hone these guys because you don't gotta pay everybody from Pride. You don't have to pay everybody from Barbados, sir. You can mix in. How Raymond Reefer managed to get more investment set up. Barbados didn't want it. Ghana took him. You know, he was able to learn cricket. He learned, and he learned teamwork. And now he was in the West. He run the West Indies setup. So even some of these guys that have aspirations to be in the West Indies team need to cast eyes in Caribbean. Again, the Caribbean franchises go in like Trinidad and Jamaica and Ghana and learn cricket. Get different experience on pitches. Go and play some their regional, their first class, their side of cricket. Just go in different conditions. That's just it.
Yeah. Well, guys, we discussed, guys had a cricket tonight. We have a lot of cricket still in the week to come. We have the same Super 50. We have to see if Nero's team, the Indians, how they're gonna come in match number 3. So a lot of cricket to look forward to, guys. So, guys, we had a good chat tonight, and see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube. Episode next Wednesday again. Good night, everyone. Stay safe.